I'm going to tell you another story, and I want you to pay attention to the technical aspects of the story. I'm 5 years old. It's a hot, sunny summer day. The wind is wet and salty on my face. I'm sitting in the back of my uncle's boat with a hot dog in my hand, and I'm miserable. I look over my shoulder, and I see my 2 brothers and my cousin in the rowboat rowing away, having a great time. I can't go with them. I can never go with them. My mother, father, aunt, uncle, they're having a good time laughing, and I'm miserable. I hear the sound of seagulls over my head. I think they're laughing at me. The smell of diesel's making me sick. And all of a sudden, I just stood up. My head blew off. The hot dog went flying, and in defiance, boosh, I jump into the water. My mother doesn't know what to do. My father, he's frozen. My uncle takes the boat hook, brings me back onto the boat. He puts me in front of my father. My father looks at me and says, "What the heck are you thinking?" I said, "I'm always left behind." When I think back at this story, yes, it was a pattern. The youngest of 4, or 2 brothers and a cousin. And I was always sort of the outsider. And what it's done for me is it's built a sensitivity, an awareness of those that stand on the outside, the quiet ones. And from a leadership perspective, I always bring everyone's voice into the room. Now, you might have noticed that I told the story in first person present tense. This takes a bit of getting used to, but it is the foundation of direct narrative storytelling. I utilize sensory details, the smell of diesel, the sound of the seagulls. The wind was wet and salty on my face. I also use my face, body, voice, and emotions to bring the experience to life. Now let's look at it through story structure. I was the main character. What was my worthy goal? To belong, to join in the fun. The barrier was my parents' firm no. The decision I made was not a rational one, and the action I took was quite extreme, and I also had to live with the outcome for about 2 weeks. This is a picture of me on that day. I found this after I actually practiced this story. You can see it all in this picture.